Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I am Laura Ashley Abraham.
And I am Connie Snock.
And together we are
the Michigan Medium Angels. I love how we're mixing it up. It's almost like you just don't know what you're going to get with us from time to time. We have to keep guessing.
Yes, we do. Okay, and so today is day 46 of our CNL Good News, and today we're going to be talking about the heart chakra. So excited. This is so much fun. So the heart chakra is connected with the color green, or it could be connected with the color pink, which is really interesting because Tinkerbell ended up wearing pink today and I'm wearing green.
I did, and we did not plan this. Yeah, I know. I see it as green, but I also wear pink or I still correlate it with the heart chakra, pink as well. But I see it visually whenever I'm working on someone as the color green.
Yes. Okay, so I know she's doing some research over there. So
it's called multitasking. Okay, I have an exam today, so I have to. I'm in school.
I know you are actually in school. You're in yoga school.
Well, I am in yoga school, but I tease my daughter because she wanted to go to Grand Valley. So we had visited Grand Valley. She did since change her mind, but just because of her major. I fell in love with the school. It has heated sidewalks. Seriously, heated sidewalks. I told her after we left, I said, I don't know where you're going to school, but I am going to Grand Valley. So yeah. Anyway, not sure how we got on that. Go ahead, Twink. Heart chakra, take it away.
Okay, heart chakra connected with Archangel Raphael, which we will do in the next video. I kept feeling like they wanted to channel a message from Archangel Raphael, so we will do that again next time. Stay tuned for that. But this is, again, about love. This is about your heart chakra. There's so much connected with your heart chakra. And the sign is connected with air, but it is about compassion, love, and opening up your heart. A desire for self-acceptance. It's connected with the organs, the thymus, the heart, the liver, and the lungs, and blood circulation. So I know there's a book by Louise Hay. It's called You Can Heal Your Life. And in there, she has a breakdown of any disorders that you have, any issues with your body, with your physical body. And she tells you what the emotional association is connected with any physical issues. And with the heart, if you have any issues with your lungs, that's a sign, or it's connected with your family or issues with family. So just be aware of that. Any fluid, any lymph systems, any immune systems, this is all connected with allergies, blood pressure, circulation. Really start to do some work and focus on your heart chakra if that's the case. And again, we talk about how to do this. We've talked about it in other videos, but bringing in light and bringing in healing into your heart. You can ask Archangel Raphael to help you with healing, and you don't have to know what to do. You can just say, Archangel Raphael, help me with heart healing, or ask your angels, ask your guides to do that, and they will. This is connected with the planet Venus, and a crystal, Connie, I'm sure we'll talk about that too, would be any green crystal, really, or any pink crystal. It can be connected with, rose quartz, which we talk about rose quartz a lot too. So any of those chakras you can, hold on to, keep next to you, keep with you, wear them. We were talking about the colors too. You can wear a certain color and that will help to stimulate or activate that chakra or bring out that quality within you. An excessive quality of the heart chakra, meaning that it would be an imbalance, would be inappropriate emotional expression, poor emotional boundaries. So if you don't have certain boundaries, that's something you really need to work on. And they're bringing me to talking about taking things personally. And if somebody's doing something that is triggering that, that can be also associated with this chakra too. So being aware of that and recognizing that if you are taking things personally, that can be an over or excessive aspect of the heart chakra. They're bringing forward, for some reason, relationships, which is interesting, and friendships. And they're talking about, they want me to talk about or to highlight, again, they keep bringing this forward. This is so interesting, where somebody may have interpreted something that you said and they're taking it personally. That must be why. Taking things personally and feeling like you're responsible or that you did something wrong. If you tend to do that, it's interesting because there are times where I'll do that too, where I'll feel, you know, did I do something wrong, and be paying attention, you know, to try to figure that out myself. If you're catching that or noticing or thinking that you're doing something, just really be aware of it. It could be something that's within you and not something about the other person. And also, if there's a need for you to express that, again, don't hold that in, and to really be working with your heart chakra. A lot of times too, filling that space and feeling like you have that support, that's going to also help too. Family support. They're bringing me to family support. If you don't feel that you have family support, that will be really good to really focus on that heart chakra. I was watching the Super Soul Sunday with Iana Van Zant. She did a series. I guess she's starting up something new. And she has a new book out that is called Trust, and it sounds really phenomenal. And she was talking a lot about family and how her family was, she didn't feel like she got support. And she had a very abusive, it sounds to me like a very abusive grandmother who was blaming her for a lot of things when she was very young. And she talked about how she like had hit her with a cord, and she had welts on her back. I know, it was really bad. And they got infected, and she had to go to the doctor, I guess, when they pulled the shirt off, it like pulled the skin off her back. And it basically was about her having this inability to be able to feel safe and to be able to trust. And there were members of her family that violated her boundaries and violated trust. So they're bringing this up for a reason, obviously, having to do with family issues or feeling as if there are trust issues. They're bringing this forward as connected with the heart chakra and with family. So really work through that by, you know, bringing in light and bringing in love, and focusing on healing that situation. If there is a past situation, to send or think of sending that situation or that person love, that would be coming from your heart chakra. Go ahead, Tink. Anything else that you wanted to add? I know there's more, but go ahead.
No, that was awesome. I love that. That was a great rundown of it. For me, it's really boils down to love, unconditional loving yourself, which is the hardest thing to do, forgiveness, compassion, and empathy. And so if you are lacking, maybe you have a lack of self-love, and you're not sure or unclear of why you're not bringing in your perfect partner who is loving you, it's because you have a lack of self-love. So it's that heart chakra that needs to be worked on and cleared. And there are many ways to do that. You can do energy work. You can do, Laura and I both do coaching to get to the root of issues and to help heal people. I do Reiki. Laura does Reiki too. There's so many ways or different ways to get to that point. And sometimes maybe you might feel like doing all of it, or maybe one just resonates with you. It's really feel what feels good to you, and you'll know, because somebody will mention something. I get this all the time when I teach the Reiki classes. They're like, I just saw it and I knew I had to take the class. I didn't know why, but I knew, like, it just felt right. And that's the same way I am. When I see something, like the yoga teacher training, is like, I just knew I had to do it. I didn't even want to look for reviews. I didn't want to look for anything else. I just knew I had to do this because I've been wanting to do this for decades. I found a way to be able to do it on my own time when I can do it that will fit. It fits my schedule. It's perfect. So everything is in divine timing if you trust it. And it was funny because every time I would go to take it before, it was something would come up with my schedule and I was not able to take it. But now that I'm focusing on my self-love and I'm starting to do it every day, and I'm incorporating all the things that I want to do in my day too as well. And once you start doing that, again, it's being in the flow. Synchronicities line up for you. And then all of a sudden I'll be like, I can't believe this just happened. Like this just fell right into my lap. A lot of it is because you're blocked. That heart chakra is blocked. You're not trusting. You're not trusting in the universe. If you can't trust in yourself and love yourself, how on earth can you have someone trusting come into your world? Remember, your inner world matches your outer world. Whatever's inside, experiences are going to mirror that, and you're going to pull in for people to help you just to see what needs to be healed. That's why it really isn't personal when things happen, quote unquote, to you. Nothing happens to you. It always happens for you. So when you're pulling in these experiences or people, and they seem to be a pattern, and you'll start looking back at this pattern. Really go within and thinking, is it, do I love myself? Can you look at yourself in the mirror and go, I love you. I love you. And I can't wait to start the day with you. You're amazing. Whatever you want to say, like really get into that. See how you feel when you say that. Do you cringe? Do you have a hard time saying it? Do you have a hard time looking directly at people in their eyes? Do you have a hard time? I know I'm a little off center, so I may not look like I'm looking at your eyes because I think the camera's over here, so it always looks like I'm looking off. But are you able to, when you're in the mirror, can you hold that gaze with yourself? Can you hold a gaze with your partner? Or do you look away? I know for me, it's hard for me that is difficult for me. I can look in the mirror all day long now. I couldn't before. But it's interesting for me to trust other people. I can still tell there's a barrier because I won't hold the gaze. I'll look away. So take note of that, because it's no judgment. It's self-reflection. It's self-love. It's having that compassion for yourself to see, where am I? Where's my gauge? Where's my compassion gauge? Where's my self-love gauge? Again, when you start filling yourself up and doing stuff for that own self-love for yourself, you will pull in that perfect, what they call your divine complement or your soulmate. We talked about soulmates before, so we're not going to get into to this one because that's a whole nother session. So if you haven't checked it out, there is one about soulmates and twin flames that we've done. But basically you have a lot of soulmates. So don't feel like if one person left because you feel, oh, I didn't trust this person and they got away, that person just helped you see what needed to be healed. You have someone else, and you do have someone else. There is someone for you. You just have to trust it and do the techniques that we recommend. It worked for me, and it can work for others when you're ready and really, really ready to do that. Another thing too, it is directly related to the thymus, which is connected to your energy, which we talked about in the last one. So if you haven't checked out the solar plexus one, check that one out, because that one also has some really good information. But the thymus is located, it's a gland that's located right between your sternum and a little lower. So you can massage this area, count to 20 or 30 seconds. When you massage it, what you're doing is you're stimulating your thymus. It's giving you energy. It's also helping to open that heart chakra. And then tapping it also helps too. So if you're bored and you're starting to get low on energy, just tap that for 30 seconds. And then see how you feel. Take note before and take note after. But it's also related to your immune system. So it can help boost your immune system. Why? Because it's giving you energy. When you're in energy and you're in motion, you're creating good energy. Not that there's good or bad energy, but how about this? Active energy, yang energy when you do that to help get you unstuck. All right, Twink.
That was fantastic. It was so good. I was just listening. So you had talked about, this is connected with, yes, unconditional love, giving yourself unconditional love. So work on that today. So take time to look in the mirror, tell yourself, I love you, and hold your own gaze. I love that, because this is so true. Louise Hay, Hay, she wrote a book about mirror work, and it is a huge part of you realizing and recognizing your own self-worth and your own value and unconditional love. And if you do have a hard time telling yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you, and being kind and compassionate, which were the words that you used, Tink, and empathic towards yourself, that's how you know you really need to do this work. So today, take a moment and look in the mirror, tell yourself you love yourself. And if you do get resistance to it, then spend a little bit of time every day doing that, and it will get easier and easier and easier. And as you shift that energy, then you will be bringing in more and more love from other people and other sources. Because if you can't do that for yourself, the energy that you're putting out is going to be repelling love from coming into your life. And you are worthy of great love. You are worthy of unconditional love, but it has to start from within. And I know, I've talked about this before too. I could not do that when I was younger. And it took me a really long time. And I had to really practice with that too. And really, really do the work to get myself to a place where I was able to do that. I don't have any problem with that now. Nope, that's good. I'm good. I can definitely say that I can look at myself and I love myself and I'm really proud of who I am. And I don't have an issue with that, but there are still other issues that I have to work through. So being afraid to get hurt, all of those types of things. I think we all have that. But knowing when you have the base of your own foundation and you can trust yourself and you're going to be there for yourself and you've got your own back, that is unconditional love. And that is how you can bring in those relationships that will then support you. So if you didn't have a very supportive childhood, or you don't have supportive people around you right now and you're in huge transition, don't worry, it's going to be okay, because you are your own best friend. You have your own back, and you can do this with the support of help from your angels and your guides. So trust and know that you do have support and that you are not alone. And again, focus on your heart chakra and let your angels and your guides help you through this. Also, distance Reiki. When you were talking about that, Tink, too, to be sending love and healing to somebody, both of us, we do distance Reiki. And I did this for a client recently. He had reached out to me. He wanted me to send Reiki to his wife. And I always check in, because this was a situation where he didn't know if she would be open to it or not. So we always check in to see if their angels and their guides are going to allow this if we send it to somebody. And I got a yes, that it was okay to proceed. And he let me know that it really did help and it really did shift her, because he said she was very shut down. There were some issues that had happened. I believe that she may have lost a loved one that was significant in it, and it closed her heart chakra off. And so this was a really good way to help to send distance healing for her. And he said that she seemed lighter and happier, and it really did shift her energy. So that is something both of us do offer. If you're interested, let us know, reach out to us. Anything else, Tinkerbell?
Yeah, well, a couple of things. And you definitely distant Reiki. And I actually have 2 clients who want distant Reiki for themselves and or their significant other, which is interesting. And it does really help, because it's another energy work that helps to move energy. You're just moving energy. Everything's energy. You just don't want it stagnant. You want to move in. Couple quick things on forgiveness. That's going to be a huge block that will close down your heart chakra. I know we touched on it a little bit, but one of the things that I want to talk about, because everybody talks about forgiving other people, I want to talk about briefly forgiving yourself for things you wish you had done differently. You're going to be your worst critic. You're going to beat yourself up more than anyone. But when you do that, it's one of the lowest energies you can have. And remember, whatever energy you're going to have, you're going to bring in experiences to match that energy. So you want to shift that and realize that you did the best that you can at the time, regardless of the situation, and that you or someone else had to go through that. For one or both of you, most of the time it's for multiple people to learn life lessons. So when you get into that space, it's much easier for you to be able to, I don't know why they're saying identify with self, which is interesting. Maybe it's about connecting with your higher self or your center, realizing that everything does come from love, even if they're harsh situations, because you're always going to be learning. And maybe your life lesson is to come in to learn forgiveness. Maybe you need to learn that. So you need to be placed in experiences to help you learn forgiveness. But remember, it always starts with yourself. You can do that Ho'oponopono. I'm not quite sure how to say that. I'm probably mutilating it. But we talk about doing it for other people. Do it for yourself. Maybe if you were younger and you made a decision that you think, that wasn't the best decision for me. Like, I've talked about before, some stuff with my kids. Like, I wish I had done something differently with my kids. Maybe go back, call back in your higher self at that time. Call back in the higher self of the other person. And then to yourself and to the other person, but make sure you're saying it to yourself. Say, I forgive you. Because remember, it's I forgiving you. Not saying that the other person's fully responsible. It's just saying, I forgive you for anything, for this lifetime, any lifetime, and I'm sorry. And maybe you need to say, I'm sorry to the higher self of the other person. But you're also saying sorry to your own self for judging yourself for what you think you should have done differently, because there are no mistakes. And then saying thank you, because you're thanking the other person. You're also thanking yourself for honoring this time, for learning the lesson and seeing the lesson of what it is and what it is supposed to be. And then as well, I love you, saying I love you to that self and saying it to the other as well. The other thing too, you can call upon to help you with this is not only Raphael, but the Masters of the Fifth Ray, which is for healing, which is Master Hilarion, as well. You can call in that energy. Laura and I we do classes on this, and we're going to be doing class that will be the 5th one, which will be mid-June. About second week in June. The next one's going to be the 4th flame, which is the purity and for ascension, Serapis Bay. So it's going to be really cool. Gabriel and Hope, I believe, are the archangels serving on those rays too. So tune in for that. There's a lot of information in those spiritual growth classes, because not only do we talk about ascended masters and archangels, their counterparts and the Elohams, but we also are helping you work on your intuition. So you get an opportunity to actually, one person will get a free reading. We draw a name. It'll be different every time. And then everybody gets to give that person a reading. So you get to actually participate in class to help with your intuition. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's optional. You can just write your information down. You don't even have to give it to the other person. But you'll notice that you'll start to get some of the same stuff that people are getting in class. And that will help to build your confidence. Because really that's all about. And again, isn't this interesting? This chakra is about trusting yourself. A lot of times it's so much easier. How often do you trust someone else's when they give you advice, but you don't trust your own inner wisdom? You second guess it. Or you think the information coming to you, you're just making it up. Or whatever I almost said chrysoprase may be, which is interesting because I wanted to talk about the, real quickly, the stone, chrysoprase. They must want me to move on. So this is chrysoprase it's great for heart healing. Rhodochrosite is great for heart healing. The rose quartz, great for heart healing. I have rose quartz here. Years ago, I think Reverend Yang actually gave this to me years ago. But and it sits right by the heart. And then rhododendrite is also another great one for the heart healing as well. Think that, it's of the air element. We forgot about that. The air element, and it's also the descending triangle is the shape or the sacred geometry associated with that one as well, which we talked about that in the last one, which is basically the inverted triangle. There's a lot of energy in the triangles. Again, we did a signs and symbols, sacred signs and symbol class. There's a lot of information about how to use that energy of those as well, and they're available on our websites. We will be doing a second one, but we haven't set that time up, but we will be sure to let you know when we do. Take it away, Twink.
Okay. That was so good, seriously. So there's a lot to this chakra, and balancing the ego, that's part of this as well. So that it's about balance, it's about bringing in love, it's about like coping skills, you having a good balance of coping skills and having boundaries with people too. When you're working on setting boundaries, it can be work, it can take time, and it can be uncomfortable at first, but it's always going to be what's best for you, or looking at what's going to be best for you from a healthy perspective. So I know you were talking about the class, the next class that we're going to do with the spiritual growth, which would be with the fourth ray, which is going to be focusing on the root chakra, and we'll be sending out a prayer. That one will be for personal ascension. These rays are amazing, each class. So we're going through the book of the 7 sacred flames, and we're doing a new flame every week, which I know you said that, Tink. Our next one is going to be on Wednesday, May 27th, I believe. I just want to make sure. Yes, Wednesday, May 27th, and it's from 7 to 9:30. And we are doing those through Zoom. And so you can go onto our websites or on our Facebook page and sign up for those. And then, like Connie said, the following one after that will be in June. And that will be the 5th ray, the flame of healing and manifestation. So cool. And that's with Master Hilarion. And that one's going to be connected with the 3rd eye chakra. I wanted to say that. So cool. And each time too, yeah, on that one, well, let's see, the next one, I was going to look up, that was on
the 6th one is of resurrection with Lord Sananda and Lady Nada.
I was actually going to show them the,
oh, sorry.
The next one. No, that's okay. The 4th phrase. So that's what we'll send out, is the picture of the chakra and then the prayer that goes with it that you can say. And these prayers are, you repeat them over, and they have a lot of power connected with them and energy too. So, and we explain what that's all about. It's so cool. I think that's it. Oh, they did talk about in here too, this is the bridge connecting the higher energies and the lower energies, is your heart chakra, which I thought was really interesting. It's like the center. I know our solar plexus is, but the heart really is too. So you want to really make sure you're doing work on that. And we'll talk about, in the meditation, I'm sure that Archangel Raphael is going to bringing your heart, your pieces, healing your heart center, healing your heart chakra, bringing back your pieces into back into your heart, to incorporate them and to heal those pieces, any shattered pieces, any broken pieces, any I'm trying to think of the word of
Fragmented souls.
Thank you. Not
fragmented energy.
Yeah.
Energy.
Fragmented pieces. So any fragmented pieces from whatever it is, trauma, from a relationship, from hurt, like Connie was talking about too, we're going to work on those in the Archangel next video that we do, and we'll do meditation. So I think that's it. Thank you, everybody. That was phenomenal.
That was, and thank you for bringing that up. That was perfect about the bringing the lower and the higher together, because I made a mistake. It is the descended triangle, but it's also the ascending triangle. And when you put those together, it actually makes up the 6-pointed star. Again, it's all sacred geometry, and it all means something different, but huge, great amounts of energy with that triangle. And it also represents as above and so below, bringing heaven and earth, yin and yang together. So there's a lot with this heart chakra of, you're right, being that center, that, that it's, I'm not going to say core, but your center of your being centered and in balance, because you are connecting those two triangles together and using that energy. And that 6-pointed star, also the Star of David as well. I had bought years ago, I had found a, oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of this stone. I love it. The one that magnifies, the stone from, it's green. It's from, it's a asteroid, an asteroid.
Oh yeah, I can't think of the name of it.
Oh my gosh. I have huge chunks of it. I know. And I bought a gemstone quality this is hysterical. I know this better than my own name because I haven't, but anyway, it's gemstone quality, and they had the guy etched in the Star of David on the back of it for that energy. So yeah, it's incredible energy. I'm going to wear that. I'm going to wear that in our next video.
That's the one though, that when you wear it amplifies everything. So if you're
correct.
Someone who's negative, because remember I had that, yeah, and it amplified the negative energy and it was not pretty. So
yeah, you definitely
make sure you're happy when you're wearing that.
And it's very powerful because if you're not used to the energy, you'll get dizzy because it's such strong. It's like a vortex of energy. Plus with the 6-pointed star etched in the back of it, it's just magnifying all that energy coming down.
Moldavite.
Oh, God, thank you.
I know.
Yeah, I'll just show you real quickly and then we're signing off because I know we have to go. But yeah, I mean, look at this chunk of this moldavite. Isn't that cool?
Yes, it is like an asteroid. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Love it.
And they do have little, because like I said, that's what I got was a smaller one. And but the person, like I said, that I was with, it was, did that amplify the negative qualities? I didn't
doggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I had earrings and I was like felt dizzy because I was wearing them on each side, which was really cool, but it took me a while to assimilate that energy because it was so strong. And I'm used to being around stones, but because it was directly inside my ears. And yeah, you definitely have to be careful of what you're thinking because remember, everything's energy. This will amplify anything. But if you're in a great mood and you're ready to manifest, do the moldavite because it is like bam, bam, bam. It will bring it in. All right. I think we've covered everything. The only thing it was that one quick thing. I know there's just so much. We have, seriously, every time when we end it, we're like, oh my gosh, we didn't say this. We didn't say this. So I know you guys don't have an hour to spend, and I'm sure you probably want to listen to us for an hour, but we try to shorten them or make them go as quickly as possible, but we just have so much we want to tell you. So the vibration of this is, and I don't normally do this one, so I may have to look this up afterwards, but it's yum. So like yum, it's Y-U-M. Again, as we say, when you get to the M portion, that's if you want to meditate to help clear this chakra out, your heart chakra will help to heal it as well. Just say that over and over. If you can say it at least 3 times, or 9 would be great. If you can get to 9, just say it and kind of do a little mini meditation, and maybe you're holding your heart at the same time or holding up your chrysoprase or your crystal to help clear that chakra. But when you get to the M, that take the tip of your tongue up to your roof of your mouth. That will help to stimulate your pituitary gland as well as help open up your psychic senses. Go ahead, Twink. I know you were going to say something too.
That was so good. No, this has been a really fun one. The other thing too is that I know we had talked about this before, was the excessive qualities, but also the deficient qualities of not being able to feel emotions. So if there is something that you are picking up that you may be deficient in on this chakra, take time to come up with a mantra for that. And this is connected with freedom and independence. So you could use the mantra, I am free. I am free, I am free, I am free. Or I trust, or I am so loved. Everybody loves me. And that's a really good one too. So the other thing they were bringing forward is rose, which I love roses, the smell of rose. You could wear that also to stimulate that quality of love. All right. Thank you, everybody. That was so fun. Go ahead, Tink.
And if you don't have any of these crystals, you can call in the crystal energy of rose quartz or any of these, or call in pink light to yourself too. Pink light. Just picture pink light coming all into you. Just if you can't envision it, just have the intention of pink light pouring into you, because that's the highest, one of the highest of vibrations, because it's unconditional love. Yes. All right, everybody. Have a magical day and night filled with peace, love, from our
love, 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 love everywhere, love. All right, I'm not going to sing. Go ahead.
From our yeah, I need to sign off quickly before she starts again. From our hearts to yours, and light. We'll see you in the next one.
Love, 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 love everywhere, love, love.
I am so sorry, guys.